Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dread Central. My name is Luke, but you can call me the Horror Nerd. I'll be your host tonight. And first thing I want to say is welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you here. For those who are actually watching right now, thank you so very much for tuning into yet another video here on Dread Central. But today, we are going to be discussing not just one, but two tragic losses in the horror fan community. I was going to make separate videos on both of these topics, but since they are both pretty tragic, with one being way more tragic than the other, obviously, I decided to put them in one video because, I think it makes more sense. So, the first thing that I would like to talk about, which is the more tragic of the two incidences that we are going to be discussing in tonight's discussion video, the legend of horror, Tony Todd, has unfortunately passed away. He died on November 6th, and like many of the rest of my fellow horror fans, I am very saddened to hear this. One of the most iconic voices in all of horror, Tony Todd, will forever be a legend. He lived as a legend, and he will be remembered as one forever. His iconic voice, that creepy, demonic sounding voice, I find it particularly tragic that his last performance was in a garbage ass game like Spider-Man 2, because Spider-Man 2 is an awful game, so I find it quite saddening that that was his last performance as Venom. But you know what? Because Tony Todd played Venom in that game, he brought just a little bit of a positive note to such a bad game, because when I say a positive note, that's just an understatement. Tony Todd's performance as Venom in Spider-Man 2 is probably one of the only good things about that dreadful game. I really wish his last role could have been something a bit more memorable, to be honest. But since Spider-Man 2 was Tony Todd's last real performance, I will stop hating on it as much since it was his last performance. But like I said, Tony Todd brought something great to that game, just like he brought great things to everything that he was involved in. And I feel like a lot of people are looking at Tony Todd and remembering him for just his roles in the many films that he played in, but Tony Todd was also he was an amazing person. He was the type of person that I wish more people can be like. A kind-hearted soul, down to earth, caring, loving for the fans who loved him just for his work in the horror genre. I truly wish that more people could aspire to be like him, and I wish more people would actually be inspired to be like him. When people like Tony Todd pass, these people, when they pass away, we are supposed to fill what they have left. And what they have left behind is so much kindness, and we as people should try and also be kind just like they were. We should fill that void that they left now that he is, somewhere in a better place, obviously. For those who believe in the afterlife, I do. I am Christian, so obviously I believe in the afterlife, but whatever. Tony Todd was a great man. It's tragic that he was taken from us at such he wasn't extremely young, but he was not even 70 years old, and I think that's why this is so much more tragic, because he was taken from us, I think, a little too soon. But I think that's just the thing about death. I feel like we as people give ourselves a false perception of when death approaches, because the thing is, we can never truly predict when death will come for us or the people around us. The thing about death, and the thing that some people may not realize, is death is always right at our doorstep. And it's only a matter of time before that door opens. And the day it does, we will never see that day coming. We can get an idea of it. Like sometimes it's life circumstances like disease that can make that door inch just a little bit closer to opening up. But for the most part, we never truly know when death will actually come walking through that door when it does open. It's truly unpredictable. I mean, Steven Hillenburg died when he was in his 50s, so, death is unpredictable. Life is unpredictable, which is why we should live every day as if it'll be our last. And it's also why we should treat our loved ones as if it's their last, because it could be. We human beings are so pathetically fragile. Anything can take us away in just a split moment. Sometimes you could be in disbelief when someone can be taken from us at such a young age, when they shouldn't have. So, rest in peace, Tony Todd, a true legend among the horror genre, and a legend in more than just that as well. Like, he was just a great person, and my condolences to his family, his friends, and may he rest forever in eternal peace. So, yeah. Rest in peace to a legend, Tony Todd. Now, for the second loss in this video that I'm going to be talking about, Friday the 13th, one of the greatest asymmetrical horror games ever made. Better than Dead by Daylight in almost every way. Many times better than TCM, which is a fucking mess. Better than Killer Clowns. Better than Ghostbusters. Better than the Predator game. It's funny how every other asymmetrical horror game that came out after Friday was never able to recreate the magic that game had. Friday the 13th, the game was truly lightning in a bottle, and it was quite the experience. One hell of an experience, and one that will be missed forever. I say this because in case some of you guys don't know, this is the final year of Friday the 13th, the game, before it becomes completely playable online. Meaning that after 2024, you will no longer be able to play the game with anybody, which completely renders the game pretty much completely unplayable. The only thing that's going to be left is playing with the bots or playing some of the single-player challenges. But let's be honest here. Friday the 13th was one of the greatest multiplayer asymmetrical horror games ever made. Not the best single-player or playing with bots. No, Friday the 13th was an amazing experience because of the fact that it was multiplayer. It had I wouldn't say an amazing community. I mean, it was just a really, really fun game. A game that was more than just your stereotypical asymmetrical online horror game. The game had something special about it. I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know how to describe it. The game just had something special. Something that no other horror game has been able to recreate, I guess. But like I said, this is the last year of the game. And as a massive Friday the 13th fan, I got my prop over here, my official Friday the 13th hockey mask prop over here. As a fan of the franchise, it's just even more painful for people like me to say goodbye because, like I said, you will no longer be able to play the game with anybody after 2024. So it's a shame. And I find it ironic how no other horror game after Friday the 13th was able to actually do what Friday did. The people who made Friday the 13th, they deserve a serious round of applause for creating such an amazing experience for Friday the 13th fans and horror fans in general. Because Friday the 13th, dare I say it, Friday the 13th was one of the greatest horror game experiences ever made. So obviously that's subjective because I love the game a lot, so obviously I'm going to talk highly of it. But if anyone has any different opinions, let me know, I guess. Let me know down in the comments. I hope you have a good reason, though. If you have a good reason, then let me know. Because if you don't, then usually I don't get, you know, pissy at people's opinions, but if I hear like any shitty reasons as to why you don't think Friday the 13th was a great game, then I'm gonna be kind of pissy. Like, the game was just that good. I don't think it deserves that kind of unnecessary criticism unless it's actually valid. So, unless you just didn't like the game because of personal preferences, I really don't think you have any reasons to say that it was a bad game. Like, Friday the 13th, it may have not been perfect because nothing is, but since I loved it so much, it might as well be. Because I did love Friday the 13th a lot. And I don't think there will ever be another experience like it. And I understand that they've got this new Jason Universe thing where they're bringing back Friday the 13th in like every way, like with movies, games, merchandise, just more ways to make money. I really don't care. Yes, I love the franchise, but why can't they bring Friday the 13th back if they have finally secured the rights to the franchise? Like, instead of going in a new direction, why not bring back a game that was beloved by the fans of the franchise that you are trying to bring back and you are trying to make money off of, instead of just abandoning it and just going on a completely different direction when you have the option of doing both? They should be bringing back Friday the 13th, as well as making new experiences, possibly a new game, so that we could have two games. We could have the return of Friday the 13th with all of the unreleased content, and then a brand new experience with a new Friday the 13th game. And then they could also, make new movies and merchandise and all that other shit they talked about. Like, why can't they do that? They should do that, because by leaving Friday the 13th the game behind, I feel like that means that they just don't really care. And they probably don't. To them it's just an old, dead game that nobody remembers. But I'll tell you something. A lot of people remember it, and a lot of people are going to be upset that you guys are abandoning it. They should not be leaving it in the dust like that. I don't understand why they are. I mean, is it because Ilphonic or Gun Media has moved on? Just give it to a new developer. Like, I don't get it. I don't know why they're leaving it behind, but whatever. Yeah, it is what it is. Corporate America, it's all about money nowadays. Anyways, so that about does it. If I say that it's been a hard year for us horror fans, then I think that would be an understatement. But I guess that's just the thing about life. Life is just as much about suffering as it is about being happy. And I guess that's the balance of happiness and misery. We have tragedy in life and we have happiness in life. We cherish the moments of happiness and we endure the moments of hardship and tragedy. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Rest in peace once again to Tony Todd, and rest in peace to Friday the 13th the game. One of the greatest horror experiences ever made. This game will forever hold a very special place in my heart. I have met so many people playing this game, and I have had so many amazing nights just like this one, where I would be playing the game, meeting new people, having fun, doing crazy shit with my friends, and, just meeting so many fun people and just having a blast. Like on nights just like this one, like at 4 a.m., like I would be up all night eating junk food, talking with my friends, having really deep conversations while just fucking around, trolling people. Like, if I keep talking about this, I might actually start crying. Not even lying. I don't think I can't keep up. I have to stop reminiscing. It's actually, the nostalgia is actually starting to kind of burn like actual fire right now. It's stinging like a bee, and it's stinging like a bullet. Stinging like a bullet. That's fucking lame. I mean, it hits like a bullet. Anyways, thank you guys so very much for watching. If you stuck by till the end, thank you so very much. That truly means a lot. And thank you for once again stopping by on Dread Central. It really means a lot. And if you did stuck by till the end, thank you. It really means a lot. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm very grateful for any support I get. For any comments, letting me know how I did. Please rate the video. Let me know if I earned possibly you subscribing to the channel or maybe even a like. I appreciate any feedback, whether it's criticism or not. And even if you didn't make it till the end, I appreciate you for stopping by anyways. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I love you all. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Help out a small YouTuber if you can. And it's free, so yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so very much, and I will see you guys on the next video here on Dread Central. Take care, y'all, and peace out.